The third Saturday in October. A simple name in a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Guys, the Bucs head coach told me before the game, this team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ready to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Going with the counter play here. Nice move to pick up yardage. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Just blew his way through a couple of defenders and reached Hader. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Play action on first down. Unloads it left. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, David.
Yeah, in 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
They'll ride him again. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. block better? How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
Well, on that third down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up fourth.
Taken down right away. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30. The Vols will hustle to the line. The give to the back. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
That's a really good job by this defense because second and short a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, third and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical?
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
They'll run it. It's Henderson. Shakes off the defender. Tackled way behind the line. It'll be a loss of 7.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They want to run this quarterback. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He'll try to do it himself. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Sellers from the gun on third down. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you've got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27. And the Vols moving quickly to the line. Keep it on the ground. He's stopping. He's got enough to move the chain.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you, too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it, and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Open on the left side, it's Smith.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Turns it upfield. Turning it on. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. The Volunteers with the 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Going to the run. It's Chroma. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Unloads in the nick of time.
Every quarterback in football at every level will see ghosts. If you hit him, if you make him uncomfortable, and he knows you're coming time after time again, good things don't happen usually at the quarterback spot.
3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man in the middle. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. Right back to it. Open space at the 25. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Straight ahead, it's Henderson. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. He'll pull it down. There's a crease. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down.
And you think the defense is dialed into this guy? Like, he's already had such a great start to the football game, and you know they're using him. Great job by this defense. Great adjustment. Great job being downhill, physical, fast right now, and getting him stopped.
Sellers escapes the pressure going right. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know, at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Left side, it's Jackson. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Hits inside, it's Croma. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, Volunteers! Much-needed life from this offense as they tried to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Fighting off the defender. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play. Long way to go on 2nd down. Calls his own number. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Coverage unit all over him, stopped immediately. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Fresh set of downs going up top. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Right side, it's Cartwright. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we're running. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Under pressure. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Vols line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Sellers to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
To throw, it's Sellers. Moving out to the right. Leaping grab for a big gain. He's loose on the right. The 20. Past the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. So that's not exactly optimal as far as the defense starting a stand, giving up an 80 spot. Now dealing with a first and goal. Quick toss. Touchdown, Alabama! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Drops back on first down. throws for the tight end. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Our first stop is with Kansas State taking on the number 10 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's Kansas State on top right now in a battle of one-loss teams. And I say it all the time, but I really believe the team that can win the turnover battle will be the team that comes out with the W.
Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
To the tight end.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Offense staying on the field there in hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. Snapped on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Nowhere to run, and down he goes after losing 6.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Fires toward the end zone. Incomplete pass, but it'll be a productive play for the offense. This flag's going to go against the D. This offense needs all the help they can get today, and that pass interference penalty is a much-appreciated lifeline. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback keeps it. Down he goes.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
After getting 4 sacks last game, this defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. Well, let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the ball's in the hurry up. Second down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. There he goes. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. The Volunteers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeper. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Cartwright. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. And the Volunteers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. On the move. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. Offense lining up quickly. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Out wide left, it's Smith. Good throw and catch. Takes it down.
I mean, damn, I mean, no holders about to go. I get you trying to score.
Quarterback run is part of their game.
This man no holder for like 8 plays.
They take it in for 6 more points.
Crazy, man. Now you just
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And he added the extra point. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play and 2nd and 6. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Gibson one more time. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. Just watching the clock drain away in this one. It's all but in the books. Let's take a look at the top 25, and this game might have an impact on these rankings next week. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Out of the gun, they'll run it with Gibson. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the right. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Look, big-time playmakers, big plays in big games. That guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it.
Looking for more room. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. The Vols racing to the line in the hurry-up.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win, but they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
Turns it upfield. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. Here comes the hurry-up.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Quickly out to the tight end. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Incomplete. They fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
And I love this defense understanding.
I don't like ugly. Kept trying to spam that damn no huddle.
You know the pass is coming.
Ball don't lie.
Execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their second.
Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
It's a big mountain to climb, but the defense helping themselves out by getting... takeaway. They're going to need a few scores now, but you needed something positive to happen. You needed the momentum to shift, and I think the defense just did that by getting the takeaway.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Second and long here. Here's a give to Gibson. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown tie. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. The tide is high and rolling as they try to send Rocky Top to rock bottom, and they've built a big lead.
And Alabama's simply been the more physical team in this game, and you're starting to see that exert itself here in the second half. They're pulling away, David. Tennessee's going to have to do something here, keep this thing close.
And the hard part for Tennessee is you got to stay positive. You got to believe you can win. This series hasn't always been in their favor, and they kind of know Bama's had their number of late, but they got to stay positive. They got to make something happen on this next drive.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And the Vols want to crank the tempo.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive, though. Get the momentum started in your direction.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Selling the fake. Throwing right. Open on the right side. That's Smith. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
3rd and long. He's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the right. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Rush is on. And he avoids the sack.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the backs.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Look out! Hauls it in. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. Got to make the play on 4th. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Defense in press coverage. Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From deep, it's Gibson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start on the ground with Jarrett. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Ball security is job security. You give the ball to your running back. You give the ball to your playmaker. You expect him to take care of the football, especially in these situations. All we're trying to do is run clock. Get that thing. Get out of here. We got the lead by 2 possessions. Try to find a way not to do what we just did. That's a horrible turnover there.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. This juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And it comes up empty there, but that's exactly what this offense needs to keep doing, man. Keep throwing the football. Like, don't quit. Don't give up. I know you're down a couple of possessions, but you want to show your team, man, that we're always going to fight no matter what the scoreboard is. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're competitive, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's the goal of this squad.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And he got it! And now it's a 1-possession game.
Got all 3 timeouts left in your back pocket. You're down in possession here late in the 4th quarter. You do not have to kick an onside kick. If you trust your defense, if you use your timeouts wisely, you can have a lot of time left on offense to go and win this game.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They'll give it to Jared Gibson. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you've got to use your timeout. You've got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. The Vols will now use their final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Punt is on its way. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Good, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The quarterback's mistake pushes the ball back in the shadow of his own goalpost. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. Snags it. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Wide open downfield. He goes out of bounds right at the 33. That's enough for the first down, and more importantly, saving time, and the clock is stopped. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Fires to the right. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some first downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He's out of bounds, and the interception will seal it, and they'll go home with the victory.
I just love the aggressive nature of this defense and understanding, hey, David, we need one play, and this game is over. One takeaway finishes it, and they get it with the pick.
Yeah, and you do these situations all the time, right? You got the lead, the passing situations, you're playing the pass, and they play it beautifully, man. Drop back, great vision, break on the football, and they said, forget this, I'm into this game right now.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.